For Pacifica Radio, I'm Christina Onnested. President Donald Trump's deployed some 2,000 California National Guard troops to Los Angeles Sunday to squash protests against ICE Immigration and Customs Enforcement raids at a Home Depot and other locations in LA and nearby Paramount City. It marks the first time in more than 60 years a president has deployed the National Guard without a governor's request. Governor Gavin Newsom and Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass advised against the move, saying it would escalate tensions, and it did, drawing out thousands of protesters to the streets Sunday who shut down highways. Newsom's now suing the Trump administration, challenging the deployment. Sunday, Mayor Karen Bass said Trump was escalating and causing chaos.
What we're seeing in LA is chaos caused by the administration. People should exercise their right to protest. That's their First Amendment right. But people should also exercise that right peacefully. We do not want to play into the administration's hands. When you raid Home Depot and workplaces, when you tear parents and children apart, and when you run armored caravans through our streets, you cause fear and you cause panic. And deploying federalized troops is a dangerous escalation.
LA police said protests were peaceful Saturday. Video of federal agents firing flash bang grenades, tear gas, and projectiles at protesters have gone viral, including the firing of projectiles on a single protester dozens of times Friday. The California Public Defenders Association blasted the violence against protesters. In Paramount, video shows protesters throwing rocks at ICE vehicles. Trump cited rebellion for deploying the National Guard and told reporters Sunday he could deploy it to other cities protesting his mass immigration agenda and escalated rhetoric against protesters.
When they spit at people, they spit. That's their new thing. They spit, and worse. You know what they throw at them, right? And when that happens, I have a little statement. They say, they spit, we hit.
He did not cite any specific incidents and said 500 Marines are also on standby. More than 24 people were arrested Sunday. Critics point out Trump refused to deploy National Guard troops during the January 6, 2021 Capitol attack. His border czar over the weekend threatened to arrest Mayor Bass should she intervene with immigration actions. Governor Gavin Newsom posted a letter on social media signed by every single Democratic governor in the country, saying the president's attempt to militarize California is an alarming abuse of power. Organizers and protesters say immigration authorities are not going after murderers and rapists as Trump touts, but mothers, fathers, workers. Last week, Texas Representative Democrat Sylvia Garcia told reporters 10 out of 800 detainees at a detention center she recently visited were wanted for heinous crimes like murder and rape. President Donald Trump's new ban on travel to the U.S. by citizens from 12 mainly African and Middle Eastern countries has taken effect. It applies to citizens of Afghanistan, Myanmar, Chad, the Republic of Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. The U.S. and China kick off trade talks today. The two countries agreed to a 90-day suspension of most of the 100-plus tariffs they'd imposed on each other and an escalating trade war that Trump sparked, leading to fears of recession. Reports are surfacing of Elon Musk, the billionaire former leader of Doge, getting into a physical altercation with Trump's Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent in a feud over who will be the next IRS commissioner. Musk reportedly shoved Bessent. The Washington Post is reporting Trump told insiders Musk is a big-time drug addict, and the move went too far. Russia launched 479 drones at Ukraine in the war's biggest overnight drone attack. Ukrainian Air Force said at least 4 people were killed. The head of NATO plans to say the military alliance needs to increase its air and missile defense by 400% to counter the threat of Russia. Ahead of a NATO summit in the Netherlands, where 32-nation alliance is likely to commit to a large hike in its military spending. Israeli forces stopped a Gaza-bound flotilla trying to deliver humanitarian aid to starving Palestinians. citizens. Among the activists detained on the Freedom Flotilla, climate justice advocate Greta Thunberg, who posted this video on social media.
We have been intercepted and kidnapped in international waters by the Israeli occupational forces or forces that support Israel. I urge all my friends, family and comrades to put pressure on the Swedish government to release me and the others as soon as possible.
Israeli forces are enforcing a long-standing blockade of the Palestinian territory, blocking ships from entering the Gaza coast in place for well over a decade. In Gaza, the health ministry is reporting Israeli forces and allied local gunmen fired on starving Palestinians again, headed to an Israeli and U.S.-backed food distribution center, killing 6 people. I'm Christina Onnested, reporting for Pacifica Radio.